Hey, welcome back to GMRUNSGAME. Tonight I'm sat down with Caitlin and with Craig from Urban Arcane Games. You may recognise Craig as Omen from our Cyberpunk Red actual play, and we thought, in the absence of actual play because of scheduling issues, my fault, it'd be good to get together and hang out, talk a bit about how we got to where we are, and all kinds of things of what we do, in case you wanted to learn a little bit more about us. So we'll do some cringy introductions. I'm Thomas, or GM Runs Game, the overly graphic GM. Let me throw it over now to Caitlin.
So much.
You're welcome.
I'm Caitlin. I am the head Valkyrie at Urban Arcane Games. Yeah, and that's about all I got right now.
Yeah, cool. Craig.
I am the one and only Craig, the head honcho, head games master, head, I don't fucking know, everything else at Urban Arcane Games. I play Omen the Awesome Nomad, who is a man of 1,000 talents and crap at all of them. I think that's about it, really. For anybody who watches the show, buy Militech.
By
That's about it,
Militech.
really.
Trust America by Militech, right? So as the guests, let me start it off immediately by asking you guys about Urban Arcane Games. So Urban Arcane Games is something that you two started and operate in Scotland around running games for groups of people. Can you provide a bit more information in case anyone's in Scotland or wants to visit the beautiful country and hang out with you two?
Yeah, you could work for Visit Scotland, mate. I'll start, then I'll let Caitlin finish because I'll always mess it up and I'll always go on a tangent, so don't worry about that. Nothing really changes with me. So, I founded Urban Arcane Games after running a home game just prior to COVID. Well, actually, it was a couple of years before COVID, and we had to go online because of COVID. And I had to learn how to do all things like Foundry and make Discord work good, and it didn't. So
That's
you know
hard.
we had to learn the bloody hard way. From that, we got Urban Arcane literally from an image. I saw an image online and I went, I like that, and then it just sparked my brain. In fact, it was that image.
Oh yeah, I get that.
So I was like, oh, that gives me so many ideas, and I went, I need a really good name. And then I went, there's a product out there, which I'm not going to mention. I went, that gives me an idea, so I took the name. And then further down the line, I had a chat with a home group and had a chat with my partner Caitlin and said, I think I could maybe do this online. And they went, go for it. I went, okay, and didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, I was like, hey, I can do this in person. I'm meant to be doing this online. And I still to this day haven't done it online, and it's been going since 14, 15, over a year. Been going over a year, and during that time we've brought in the Valkyries, which is our lovely lady assistant, mistress,
I was
person.
gonna say, don't call me an assistant.
Whatever side you're on.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
our Valkyries. Oh, our Valkyries is our all women's, basically gaming group and access to gaming, where I do essentially exactly the same job of running various tabletop games, but for all female players. One of the reasons that started was because a lot of women were finding it, like we would speak to friends or people that knew what we were doing, and they were finding it intimidating going into a room which was predominantly male dominated for no other reason than, I don't know, it just, that's the way it had been portrayed. I mean, even if you look at sort of geeky things in, like, you know, current kind of pop culture, your Big Bang Theory, it's all the men and the women on the outskirts going, what does this mean? And it's so a lot of female gamers didn't feel confident.
A lot of that came along with your experience at GW, Games Workshop stores and things like that. Because I remember you telling me stories about that. I was like,
absolutely no hate against them at all. It was, they've tried desperately to get female staff. I know that much.
Yep.
But you get a weird literal orbit. So you'd go in the store, and then all of a sudden, there's nobody within about 3 feet of you, and you can walk around a very busy store and be nowhere near anybody, and then you feel really awkward and walk right back out. And
That's the fun with
again,
your Warhammer world.
I know. And like I say, it's no hate against them at all. It's just the way that it seems to have been portrayed, and then it's been a hard fight to change that. What we found out as well is that there's an awful lot of women out there doing computer gaming, which again, no big surprise. And then they again want to be like, oh, I want to see like Baldur's Gate, especially with that having a massive resurgence. And they're like, we want to see where it's come from. We want to get to the table, but we feel like that will be the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. One moment. Just gonna.
Yeah, so things like we got the females gaming groups. I say females, I mean ladies led. That's the best way we kind of went around that. That seemed to cover everything, and it's not just. We try to be inclusive to everyone. You know, without labouring a point, things like that. So it's like female facing, things like that. People who think they're going to be excluded in other ways, well, don't worry. I'm an asshole to anyone, and I think I might have frozen.
Yeah,
I don't know if you did briefly.
That was weird. That was okay. I don't know what happened there. So I don't know if you heard me there.
Yeah, we got the audio. We got the audio. It was just the video that.
So basically, I'm an asshole to anyone.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a natural born talent, so don't worry about it. Me and Omen, there's not too much character difference there.
It's funny
more
that
tattoos and more hair. What else we do? We try to be positive when it comes to things like mental health.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. We're quite positive about that. Without, again, ramming it down your throat. Without bigging it up as well, because I find a lot of places like, hey, we're all about, look at our sign, mental health. And I think that equally pushes people away. Where, from my own experiences and from players' experiences, I put on games like any multiple games, including some like online game and tabletop games like BattleTech.
Oh yeah.
Revived BattleTech. Absolutely love that. And people come in, or watch them coming in, and they've got the weight of their shoulders. You just see the weight of their day on their shoulders, and they're like, "Oh, I've had an argument with so and so," and they're talking a little bit about the day, but they're not dwelling in it because they want to get on with the game. And then they walk out light as a feather. They walk out with smiles on their faces, things like that. And particularly role-playing games, which is my forte. I kind of work on those people individually. So I kind of tweak the game. So if they're having a really shit day, I'm going to make sure they have a good day. They're going to have a good experience. Things like that. I'm the king of the post-it notes. You name it, I'll write on a post-it note. Post-it notes everywhere, and then you'll be amazed how a post-it note can just change someone's game experience. And you know, fantastic.
Yeah.
But what else we do? Oh, we've got a dedicated game studio, which I normally stream from. Decided not to do that today.
That's got to be something a little bit unusual in Scotland, because I don't know of. Well, I mean, I live in the middle of England. I think there's probably a couple of those sort of setups.
England.
There'll be a couple of those setups in Birmingham probably, and there's a couple of pubs that are will provide a space in a similar way that you are providing a space to like an all-female group, or running a more inclusive environment if that's what a particular group of people are interested in. I don't think there's many setups like that. When we first started talking, Craig, I was sort of taken aback that there was something like that, and excited that there was something like that happening in Scotland.
I mean, I've noticed it's kind of I've noticed a trend, because first of all, I didn't use the space that we had available to us because it was for other things. But I find that a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, we have a gaming space. We have a gaming space," and they kind of don't. They got a room that they'll hire out now and again, and it's either really interesting or really shite. So it was like, there's no in between.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, cram yourself in the room and go away, or we'll really help you, and they just fade out the picture. It's like, nah, bugger that. It's like, you come to our space. It was never designed to be that way. It was never going to be the game studio. But we had some people come along. They came in and they just went, wow.
Oh, really?
All the little bits that I put together, and Caitlin helped me put it together, and she was my constant sounding board on all this as well. Like 2 a.m, I've got an idea. Shut up, go to sleep. All that kind of stuff.
I love how you make out that happens. As soon as I take my hearing aids out, I can't hear you.
Oh, well, I must be talking to myself again, jeez. But it's things like, I want to do some certain lighting rig, but I need it so I can take it to any game store we go to. And let's be honest, there's a whole bunch of game stores out there. I'm not going to name or shame any, or big any up, because they haven't paid me. But I've got a puppy being
He looks so sad in the background.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So neglected over there, that spoilt pup.
Oh yeah, that completely spoiled puppy. Aye, so the game stores have paid me, so I'm not going to big up any or diss any, but it's, they can't give the I was going to say attention to detail, but it's more about just setting the atmosphere.
It's tailoring the
That's what
experience, right?
And also give them a chance to feel a little bit at home.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, go grab a coffee. Sit down, blah blah blah. You want to turn up 5 minutes early? Turn up 5 minutes early. You know, run 5 minutes over, run 5 minutes over. So, but just try to make it a wee bit interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't.
Yeah.
See ya.
So, going back to the Valkyrie stuff, which I think is really or what you were saying about the Valkyrie stuff, I don't want to cover the topic, but the stuff you were talking about, the Warhammer store and Warhammer World and places like that, those are things that, funnily enough, men feel as well. But I think anybody walking into a new Warhammer store that we don't know anybody, you're a little bit nervous because you don't know what the vibe is like, right? It can be really cliquey. So when then everybody in there looks the same, and you don't look like those people in there, even when it's being a guy or being a white person or being whatever, right? If you then introduce other things which complicate or can complicate that internal dialogue, then I guess that makes it, or can make it, multiply that anxiety and that difficulty to even interact with those people. And they, funnily enough, most places want you to interact with them, but there's that little bit that's they have difficulty with breaking the ice for some reason. So what games do you guys run? Because I know your Valkyrie games are kind of frequent. So, I think Craig, you do other games as well. So
the way that I've described it is that Craig has a tendency to do a lot of the dark and gritty TTRPGs. So your things like Alien, Cyberpunk, I've forgotten everything we own.
Warhammer, that kind of stuff.
The ones I'm running is like Aliens, all things Aliens, Cyberpunk, 2077 plus Red. I prefer Red at the moment for some weird reason. We're doing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition. We're dipping our toes into things like Mothership, because I really want to play that.
Yeah, that's on my list.
We're trying to do the games that people go, ooh, I'd like to play that, but we're going to play D&D instead.
Where on the flip side, where on the flip side, I do all the light-hearted stuff. So I do D&D because, unlike Craig, I haven't been doing it for 30 years and it has lost all mystique and fun. So I generally run the D&D stuff. I'll also do the ridiculous things. So things like Pugmire, Flabbergasted, things that are just chaotic and slightly whimsical. So I offer like the other side of it, because sometimes you just need something you can play and then question your life choices about doing it and then never think of it again if you don't want to.
For sure.
And then I'm also do all the under 18s. So anything that's for the younger audience, it tends to be me. Again, it's mostly, I think, because I'm there, seeing as I'm self-employed, so I can be around a heck of a lot more than people that have to have real people jobs.
Don't recommend them.
And what, real people jobs?
Yeah.
I actually have a shirt that says quit your day job.
Definitely. It's a dream, isn't it? It's a dream.
And but yeah, I'm a huge advocate for like tabletop roleplay games for the youths, the younger people, because it's so good for their mental health.
Yeah,
And it's such an important way of tapping into their creativity and their processing and their resilience. And so I've kind of spearheaded that side of Urban as well.
That's
so.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've kind of went the other way, where I seem to take on the adults for beginners. And again, that's a lot of it is your Baldur's Gate free crowd, which I really should have seen coming, but I didn't. I didn't think there'd be a huge crossover, but I was wrong, and so I quickly adapted it on the fly. So, like, the amount of people have actually said, "Oh, your introductory class." It's not a class; it's a game.
Yeah.
It's a game. But then I realised people haven't got a clue about the hobby. And as Kate was alluding to there, I've been doing this on and off, majority on, for far too long. 1989, I think I properly started.
Yep.
Maybe 88. I dabbled in it and never quite got there. So,
Got you.
and that was like RuneQuest and Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay First Edition. Still, we were laughing about that last night. We was like, yeah, we still haven't read the rules for First Edition. Oh well. But yeah,
the rules are only there to help you, man. The rules aren't there to make it. The people make it.
I won't mention about someone on this chat who does not read the rules ever.
I skim, right? I see it more of guidance
Sure.
than
Yeah.
like you know rock solid. You've got to follow that to the T. So I always preface all of my games, no matter whether or not the people at the table know me well or not. I have raging ADHD. I am not going to follow it by the book. So rules lawyers, I apologize in advance, because I don't have the focus for that. And so I'm going to take my story, and I'm going to do what I want with it, and y'all live in my world now.
Listen, I think that's awesome, because I'm also somebody who's also struggled with reading the minutiae of rules, stuff that's easy or easier to take in. Like, so I love Alien, the role playing game, and I think that the first edition rulebook is super easy to read because a lot of it is sort of cinematic looking. So if you're a fan of the franchise, you're incentivized at every page to find out what's going on, and I think that really breaks it up, and Free League have done a great job doing that. And then I look at something like D&D, which has got I don't know how many books, and I couldn't be more turned off about trying to get my head around all of that, or making glaringly obvious errors. I've tried a few times to play it as a grown-up person, and I haven't really ever enjoyed it. So I prefer like the smaller stuff that's more malleable, that you can play with, but also I totally own it with everybody I'm ever playing with. If ever I'm GMing it, if it feels right at the table, then we're going to do it. If people know the rules and they want to call them out, that's also cool.
Yeah, it's like the actual play, just to plug that again a little bit, run by yourself. We do occasionally throw rules at each other. Go, that's it. You go, oh yeah, and then that's just handy sometimes, or blows your legs off, one of the way. Either way, but
it's happened.
The only thing, I've kind of got a rule, and I've got this from our home game, because we're going back to playing Vampire Masquerade, another favourite of mine. Been doing that since the bloody came out. I'm old. So spirit of the rules. Great. I'm a great believer of having cheat sheets, and Kate will testify. I'll have like piles and piles of cheat sheets, and I'm just going, I still don't understand the rule.
Yeah.
But then I'll go, I get the concept of the rule. But my caveat to that is player on player. If a player is going to attack another player, yeah, you cringe. A player attacks another player, I'm just going to sit back and go, right, I am a referee now, not a games master.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give it to you. That's that rule for this one. Okay, next person. That's that rule for this one. Here's the result. Move on.
You imply like I was the problem in all of these situations.
Oh, there are stories behind these sentences.
Honestly, that Caitlin's character was the resolution to some of the problems.
Yeah.
It's not a problem to the story beats that happened. The resolution, kind of like the hammer nail kind of deal, where I was merely the painter, the canvas, the bullshitter, the person had to put up with it all.
Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, I think as players, our home game is the bane of your existence at times.
Oh, brutal.
But I feel like that's, as a GM, and I guess we can all discuss this,
Sharpen your blade
is...
against our players, man. Jesus.
Yeah, it happens. Is that sometimes the more dynamic, I'll say, to be kind to our home game, your players are. Yeah, it actually kind of adds to it. As much as it's in the moment, it can be stressful and overwhelming and a bit like, it actually comes away with some of the best play. Mm-hmm. If you've got a table full of people who are, it's nice and everything, but it just goes mm-hmm. I personally find that harder to GM than if I've got stuff to work with, even if it was more than I anticipated.
Yeah. You can always pick and choose stuff that's thrown at you, or get players to elaborate on it and find out what they're actually trying to achieve, and then play with that in the world. But if you don't have a lot coming at you, then it's for sure a lot more tasking for a GM. And at the end of the session, from my experience, probably less enjoyable, because you're going to your sessions going, right, okay, so we're at this point in the story, these are the probable things that are going to happen because this is what's been set up, and you prepare for those probable things. And when you get to the end of the session and you're halfway through one and you're in a totally different part of whatever world you were meant to be in, or you've started a deep-seated hatred between this NPC and these characters, then that's exciting. It's exciting because you then get to go back and develop those ideas a bit further, and that your players want to explore.
Right. That trauma medic had it coming. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. That was it's a fun thing, man. It's really fun, and it's super cool and super interesting hearing the stuff you guys offer as Urban Arcane. But let's hear a bit about you two and that out of that IRL, if you like, game, your home game. So you started to play Vampire. What other stuff have you played? So I've touched on Vampire. I've touched on it in like a 8, and it was a stream actually on American time with Cybernation Uncensored, and which meant being awake at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was brutal because I had to work. I worked the next day.
I like their playstyle. They swear as much as I do. I like it,
Yeah.
They don't hold back. I listened to a bunch of the Cyberpunk stuff. I've not had a chance to listen to their Vampire. I am now. I'm curious to listen to Vampire stuff.
Oh, you'll be able to hear me know nothing about the lore, and several times nearly commit.
V5 is designed for that. Though. V5 is designed for that.
Yeah.
I could talk all day about Vampire lore. That's the fucking problem. I mean, I started for some silly reason going, I'm going to do a game and based it on a picture and then built everything around that. And I decided I'm going to do it in Chicago because I know the city pretty well from playing Vampire Masquerade. All the research I've done and things like that. And I thought, what else is in Chicago? Dresden Files. Cool. And I went, hang on, there's a Dresden Files RPG. And it's run by the Fate Core system, which I personally love. In fact, I think Caitlin's first ever role-playing experience was a completely on-the-fly. So what is this role-playing lark all about? And I went, here, grab these dice, roll that, let's go.
Nice.
And we just did a completely off-the-cuff. I think I was still half asleep. And we roll the dice, right, cool, and this is what happens, and this is what happens, and there you go. 2 minutes later, that's your first role-playing experience. And it's like,
yeah, I think we were building we were building a character for me. It was meant to be just an explanation. So he was saying, you know, pick arbitrary things and we'll just build this pretend character.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how Nancy came to be. And Nancy is now infamous in
Massive embedding of the games.
In all of the home games. Nancy sort of lives as this spectre in the background.
I've done this.
Because eventually she transferred as well. We changed games and she just came with us.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah, so I've managed to. We'd start with Dresden Files, and I came up with this. I don't know how many people out there are familiar with Dresden Files. Probably a lot. So I came up with all these different places, and I deliberately didn't use Dresden File people or locations. I wanted my own world. And so to me, it was semi-World of Darkness anyway. And so I came up with these locations and things like that, and it worked. And you know, it faltered here and there, and COVID decided to. But we created some really iconic characters, which I only shepherd, and then just let the players do it. And then from that, we kind of realised it's like, well, we want to go into World of Darkness because we want to get a bit more gritty again. And we were watching LA by Night show.
Oh yeah,
and love it. I mean, for its flaws and stuff like that, love it because it took me right back into wanting to do Vampire again.
LA by Night, like, as in the Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
So we were watching it on YouTube, and it was like, yep, it's got me back into it.
Yeah.
Caitlin's like, I really want to try this system. I was like,
yeah.
And why the hell did we just not transfer it over? So we did, and then that's what I've done. I've managed to just drag this out. So we got these semi-fantastical but really dark characters who have now crossed the veil, and they're actually in the World of Darkness. The Masquerade is a real thing, and you've crossed it.
Awesome.
And we created some new characters. Some people decided they didn't want to play their old character, but they still exist. Every single person who's created an NPC or created a character they may not have played, but have put time and effort into it, their background exists in the world.
That's
so
such a...
I've been screening it out. Every single game we play is involved in the Urban Arcane Chronicle.
Which is also where one of the quotes, which I think lives in all of your games, which is, you'll say something, and his instant response is, well, it is now. And that's it. It's canon, and you're done for.
Yep. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, it works. But
I think it's a really underutilized way to let players or let their characters change. There's GMs that I've had who've also had that. So we were playing Warhammer Imperial Maledictum. Is it Imperial Maledictum? Or whatever.
Imperial Maledictum. It's definitely on my list to play. I just got the starter set. I'm really itching to play it.
It's good. Yeah, it's good, but it's definitely Call of Cthulhu meets Warhammer. Don't go and try and save the world or anything, because you'll just get your face smashed in. Which is actually really perfect for Warhammer, because you can only do so many things with a group of Space Marines. And I find Wrath and Glory combat to be quite protracted and quite long. You can have a whole session which is combat, which if you're into that tactical combat stuff is great. But I prefer a bit of a balance. But it's cool that you can say, you know, if you're finished with your character, let me know. We'll create another character, and that character can then stop. We'll find a way for that character to leave the game, but still exist in this world, and then you can call back if you want to, or you can not call back, and you can just build the world out around your table. And they have all these then touchstones that are slightly further out from the table, and lived experiences with different characters that build in all of that believability.
That's what we've done with a couple of characters. Caitlin was a standout on that one. I was like, I don't think my character wants to enjoy what's happening with this particular story as it's unfolding. It's like, okay. It's like, well, do you want to try something different? Oh yeah, I'd really like to try this kind of character. Do it then. Let's create a character. We'll come up with. I spend time with every player and say, right, tell me what you want, and I'll say, no. Okay, let's go with that one.
Yeah.
You know, I prefer to have too much, and then I can pare it down. But it's one of those things is that I could talk again all day about the little nuances and stuff like that I've discovered doing GMing, and it's like storytelling and bits like that. I mean, someone said it better than me. It's like, I'm just working on the shoulders of giants. Because I've known amazing GMs. I've watched amazing GMs, and I get the huge imposter syndrome. And then I'll just be like, particularly when I was doing the home games, and not so much now for the live games like face to face, but I get horrible anxiety.
Yeah.
Crippling anxiety. I get really grumpy and really fucking like, this is all shit. I'm just gonna throw it away, and then I'll completely blank everything.
Yeah.
I was like, so what we're running? I have no idea.
Let's find out.
I just turned up with a date bag. I don't know what I'm doing, and then step into it, and then the performance head kicks in. It's like doing the Cyberpunk online. 5 minutes before we go online, I'm just like, what's Cyberpunk?
Same.
It's like, I've got a stack of boots beside me going, oh yeah, Cyberpunk. Fuck yeah, I remember that. But I have a tradition, I always make a coffee. Make a coffee, go to the toilet, things like that. Just like, okay, now, and I'm on, go.
Yeah. I always think at the start of those streams, whenever I do, and I thought it, so it's something I need to stop doing, or try to do better, I guess. I'm always a bit flat, energy-wise, at the start of them, because generally speaking, the 36 hours leading up to it, I've just been overworking on it. And then like the 2 hours leading up to it, I've just been going, yeah, but okay, what if they just turn around and they walk back out of the door? And I'm like, there's nothing through that door, man. But one of my friends who GMs is like, well, he once played in a game at Contingency, which is a UK convention, which is held every January. It's amazing. He played a game there, and the group were doing everything they could not to go to this house where the main story was going to take place. So the GM changed the house, and the house grew legs and started chasing the players, and they ended up in the house, needless to say. But I just thought that's perfect. Your players don't know. Move your stuff around, reuse stuff that you've prepared for other instances. Like you have all the answers. The thing you're struggling with is to draw the lines and tally it all up, because you've put things as so black and white in your world that your players aren't there yet. We haven't established those black and white borderlines in your world. So just change it around. But I guess
I actually found using Foundry. I actually found and using battle maps and stuff like that, because I try to experiment with it, every little tool and every little thing I can find. And recently, because I'm doing much more face to face with customers and clients and stuff, is I was being constrained by the battle map. And it's like, I've never ever been like that. I never ever used battle maps until I got to Foundry. And I was like, okay. So I was like, who cares about the fucking battle map? Just get on with it.
Yeah.
And then I had a think about it, and it's like, and I had a bit of a revolution in my head. And okay, there's a battle map out there. I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna put it on a TV screen behind me, and that's literally just like, it kind of looks like that.
Oh, it's anyway, like a vibe thing.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like we done Cyberpunk, and that's obviously quite tactical, as you well know. It's like cover here and cover there, and then I'm thinking getting really bogged down with it, and I was like, oh, fuck this. And I realised, well, here's your map. That's what it looks like. Let's draw this corner of the map on our big wipe clean board, like a wipe clean like hex map. Here we go, great. Or as we call it, the skin map.
Yeah, the skin map.
Oh, that's super grim.
Or what they're called, who create the silicon maps.
Oh yeah.
It's plain. It's meant to look like parchment, but it's silicon and it's slightly fleshy coloured. So it just goes.
Yeah. For a long time we didn't use it because we thought it would just disturb people, and now it's the most used map that we have.
And it disturbs every group. Brilliant.
The girls never say a thing about it. The ladies never say anything about skin map. They don't care. And I don't know if that says about them, to be honest.
I make a big deal of it. Like, now we're going to go into the skin map, and I only use red. There we go.
But I mean, I have to say, for me, one of the things when it comes to GMing and that whole, like, what if they go out with what you'd kind of planned, is why I think I prefer creating my own worlds sometimes rather than following a strict storyline or somebody else's stuff.
In a set world before, it's always been your own creation.
Pretty much. Partly that's because I am the god of that universe, but it's also because I do things like write the entire game whilst heavily delirious from fever.
True.
Which has also become one of the favourite games, which is the giant mechanical turkey game.
Go on. That sounds amazing.
Your adventurers, they go into a town. The town is having their kind of annual celebration where they celebrate their mascot, which is a turkey. It has been stolen. You have to go and find out who stole it. It turns out that goblins have stolen it. But what they have done is they have built a giant mechanical turkey for you to battle. And the ways that people have tried to deal with this have been spectacular. I love running it.
Spoilers away on that one because we've got months and months of using that scenario.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. But I mean, it's quite obvious quite quickly that it's goblins, so I'm not really that bothered about people knowing that.
And the fact that I got dragged around the shop the day, like hours before the game happened.
The day of the game to try and find
a turkey.
Yeah, so I'm old school. I will do maps and models and scenery, where Craig is much more digital and up to date. I don't like screen stuff, so I don't. I think it's just my brand of ADHD goes, I can't focus with it, so I just don't use it. But it means that you have to go and find a turkey, which is not so bad if you're in the States, in places that actually have turkeys and care even remotely about turkeys. So I ended up having to go to the not to 3 section in a toy shop and getting like large farm animals and spray painting a rooster. And
it bounces up and down. It's great.
It squeaks when it bounces. And so I spray painted it like mech silver and then drew little rivets on and little red eyes for the LEDs. It looks amazing. It lives in the unit when it's on display when it's not being used. But that was a fever dream. I was so ill.
Really?
When very volatile vomit looking turkey is. Anyway, in our studio, because we just refurbished it again, it's a constant refurbishment. There's little Easter eggs or little hidden bits.
Nice.
I get bored and I just stick things. So like, there's a brass coloured skull little thing, but it's got a giant D20 in it. There's a glow in the dark D20, big glow, hidden away somewhere, mainly because I'm on it. There's xenomorph figurines.
Nice.
I've just blue tapped them to random places. So if you happen to walk past and you glance to your right and you go, that's a xenomorph, and it's like, I know. There's a little plush, a giant plushy face hugger sitting in the other corner. It's like on a coat stand.
Nice.
So it's face height.
That's cool. You've got like little creative cues around the room. So even if you're not there...
Back again.
We've still got the audio. There you're back. You've got these creative cues so that even if you're not playing Aliens, for example, even if you're playing whatever, all that little imagery starts getting your brain going on about what you're going to be doing. So I guess... So Caitlin, you say you're available more... Oh, me, yeah.
How did you get into gaming? What's the Thomas story? What's the GM runs game? How did the GM run game originally?
I worry it's not that interesting, but so Warhammer as a kid. So my dad was in the Merchant Navy, and he got into historical stuff and some Warhammer stuff. I've got a brother who's just a year or two older than me, so we both then started, and by the time we were 10 we had like a table in the dining room. I grew up in Shetland, where space is less of an issue in terms of your houses as the mainland of the UK, so you've got a bit more room there because fewer people want to live there, I guess. So we had this permanent setup where we had this table, and so we'd play a lot of Necromunda actually because of the narrative stuff, and we'd just make up what we were doing with these little gangs that all looked so visually different. And then my brother and I started going to some D&D stuff at school in like a lunch break. So he did it first, and then I sort of went, oh yeah, I'll come along to that, and I played a bard, which was great because I could just be a prat as a 13-year-old teenager, which is just perfect. What was for me anyway. Can do really well, but struggles to concentrate was across my report cards every year. Has a tendency to distract others, all that kind of stuff. So it was predominantly through Warhammer, and then I did lots of reading and audio books, and I kind of went away from it for a while, and lots of games and like video games, and I moved to London, and then eventually I moved up near Birmingham, and met a girl, all that kind of stuff, and
That happens.
yeah, did the whole Warhammer thing. We've got a great store where I am, but still I struggled to sort of integrate with the community there. I tried.
Oh, I totally agree. I find it pretty tough myself. It's like I'm an experienced gamer. I'm an old school gamer, but I still can't walk into a game store and just sit down and go, "Hey."
No, something about it. Yeah.
Achieved it exactly 0 times.
Yeah, I think where I live, it's not a big city, but it is a city, and the vibe I got was that everybody's known everybody for a long time. So then coming in new to that is cliquey, right? And it's intimidating. Yeah. So I would go in there with the intention of talking to people, pick up like an HQ figure for 25 quid in a blister pack, and walk out and just be like, I did nothing that I wanted to do, and I've lost 25 quid. So that wasn't very fun. But I was part of a Facebook group there, just as part of like the wider thing, and someone posted for a Wrath and Glory game, and it was like a meeting nearby, a table of people playing in someone's house. That was about 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Petrifying turning up, and I would always give this advice as well: if you're at a table and you have a new player starting, make a pro out of yourself first, do a funny voice, set the tone, because that you immediately give permission for other people to do the same thing. And it happened that actually there were 2 people who knew me and another guy were new at that table that same night, and by the end of it, I couldn't wait for the week after. So then time went by, and all that was after COVID. So I always wanted to muck about a bit with YouTube, but I could never really think of a way to do it because I'm a bit creative, I think. And so I thought I'll start running some games. So I ran some games on Roll20, did some Alien games, some Dragonbane games. Those were like my 2 systems for a good while. Ran some custom stuff.
Do you like Dragonbane?
Yeah, it's good fun. And then I just thought, do you know what? I want to get better, and I want to be able to see the difference. So I'd like to be able to look back in 5 years at my first video and go, oh my gosh, because I do that even now actually. So the idea behind the YouTube thing was just to stop procrastinating and not doing it. Get over yourself a bit. Get over that little voice. And much like tonight, like we don't know what's going to happen this evening. We know roughly that we're going to talk to each other. I'd like to tell people. I'd like to find out about you guys, and we'll see what happens.
Interesting.
Windswept and interesting, as the big Ian would say. Yeah. So it's just
Billy
doing
Connolly
it.
has been referenced in our Cyberpunk game quite often.
Yeah.
And I take no blame for that.
I'm desperately tempted to have a poser gang who have got body sculpted to look like Billy Connolly. Great. We did in the stream we did off stream, the sort of session 0 where we all sort of had a go. It's a game by somebody, a person created the scenario. I only ran it. I forget his name now. It's called Special Delivery, if anyone's interested, and it's brilliant. And right towards the end of the game, after some pretty tricky combat, you bump into a gang, and there happened to be a poser gang of The Office. Of the cast from The Office. So I got to share this picture on Roll20, and the group just fell apart because it was so different from what we've been doing for the last 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, I got to do David Brent impersonations, and it was really good fun.
The one that really got me, and I actually felt sorry for you, so I resisted to do the typical Scotland rip the shit out of someone. It was like, because it would be completely unhelpful, you know what I mean? But it's when, I can't remember which NPC it was, it's fled my mind right now, but it was like, what kind of accent? And one of our American friends
June.
Went, Liverpool! And I was like, I think you can actually see me on camera going, oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
I don't think I
You've done
managed to do it.
You've done it as well, and I was like,
Well, I
keep
sent
going.
for it, but I don't know that I managed to land it. It was June actually, who is one of the key people related to our Rocker Boy Vice. So no doubt that will come up again. Which
It's
is
like, so far we managed to get to the
horrifying.
Irish, Liverpool. We're getting there.
Yeah, well, my accents, I think I'm pretty sure I'm pretty clear on the fact that my accents rely on the worst cliches going, and by no mean any offence. It's just my inability to do them.
My accents are almost non-existent. I actually shot Caitlin a little while ago because I've done an accent in a game. I was a country bunking type accent, and I managed to do it until someone went, "Oh, you're doing the accent," and then just collapsed. And I couldn't actually form the accent. I was like, "Bah." I was like, "No, it's gone, it's gone." I'm getting there.
I desperately want to land a good South African accent, but I always end up in Australia. I get a couple of words out. I've got a friend of mine who always does a West Country accent in England and does it really, really well. But then what happens if you're around a table is 3 players start doing it as well. But you've already said that you have different accents and you're from different places. But everybody just starts copying the accents and sort of stopping and going, "No, I'm not from there. I'm from here," and it can be quite fun. It's a good little icebreaker.
I just want to give a shout out to one of my oldest friends and players. He done Cyberpunk 2077, and he took the pre-gen characters, and he just went, "So, James, you know who you are. He's also the big yin." He went, "Okay, this guy's South African." What? I went, yeah, whatever. And then he came out, and he literally lunged. He's like nearly 7 foot tall, and he literally lunged across the table. And I won't repeat it because I can't. I can do it occasionally, but it sounds super racist when I do it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to try it. I knew some South African people, and they taught me some particularly nasty words.
Okay.
So I had to just keep my mouth shut, and I will not repeat them on YouTube. He just launched across the table, and I was like, everyone on the table just went, and then away we went again.
Nice.
Oh my god. And right now we just started Warhammer Fantasy campaign. We have session 1, and he's pseudo French, so he's got a Bretonian type character, and so out of nowhere he just came out with this French accent, which is like, he'll be Bretonian then. And I just get like, it's a little quirks, it's like little things you pick up because he's been GMing probably just a little bit longer than I have, because we kind of started together. Doing Warhammer Fantasy back when we were in high school, and he's brilliant at doing accents, and he just keeps throwing little bits out there, and it's like, I've got to remember, I'm going to steal that. I'm going to steal that a little bit there. It's good. It's like little traits, little tiny little things you can use.
Yeah.
For example, he's using everyone's name he gets wrong, and he's so blatant about it. So
Aaron.
Yeah, like Aaron, but he'll get it so absurdly back to front.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's his quirk. Things like Omen. Omen is literally ADHD, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I've taken some of the qualities from and some of the absolute fuck it. And then just little tweaks. And like that's how you play characters, and that's how you play NPCs. You can go full to the hilt. But it's kind of, what's the point? If you're doing a one shot, go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just turn it to 11 and then pull the pin out and then go for it. But if you're doing like a longer, like we're doing, I couldn't do Omen's trauma story every single session, because one, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
And it'll be really exhausting for everyone else at the virtual table. It's like, here we go again. Yeah, we know you're Scottish. yeah, we know you got a bad background. Yeah, we know you're a badass. Sort of. It's like, that's boring. But always keep it in the back of the mind. And me and the crew were talking about that off stream. And I was like, oh yeah, we got this background and that background, and we do this little bit and that little bit, and the fact that we all enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
It's like, because half of us have no idea about background, even though we're saving each other's lives and that kind of, and we're like, why are you saving my life? It's like, because you're family. What's that mean? I don't know yet. Go away. Stop asking me questions.
Yeah.
But, it's good. Little tweaks here and there, and things like accents does work.
Yeah, they're touchdowns, aren't they? It petrifies me that you guys speak off stream. As a GM, I'm constantly worried that you're plotting, and I imagine you're going to string me along for a few more episodes, and then the thing will happen, and I will never be the same again.
I'm just genuinely surprised that
one of the best quotes that we had from our home game, which is exactly about that, which is it's only the GM. He doesn't need to know.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrifying. That's horrible. That's what I know a GM who comes with preparation. I mean, they've been GMing a long time, and they're very good at Call of Cthulhu. And I was speaking to them a while ago, and I said I really want to run some Call of Cthulhu because I enjoy Alien. What other horror stuff can I enjoy? It's a really fun mechanism to play around with in there.
It's not an easy one to run. It's not an easy system to run.
Well, he said that I said, what do I need to buy? Because it's got a great starter set and all this kind of stuff. I said, or have you got a rule book or whatever? And he said, I don't own the rule book. And I said, sorry, what? He went, no, I'll buy a module. I'll read it. I've played a lot of Call of Cthulhu, so I'll pretty much figure it out. So whether or not I'm actually playing Call of Cthulhu or whether I'm playing a master system created by my friend Joe, I have no idea. But I do know that he's won an award for his GMing of Call of Cthulhu. So he's got like a Cthulhu bronze statue thing that he got for being a good storyteller or whatever they call the GMs. But yeah, I didn't know it was difficult to run though.
I mean, maybe I'm just the way I look at it, but it's the same way I look at a bunch of people now have asked me to run Deathwatch, for example. I love 40k lore, blah blah blah. I've been around it since people, but I know a lot about it, but how do you bring that to the table? How do you present that world to the table? It's like, yeah, you're in a spaceship. No, you're on a planet. Oh crap, what am I doing? Same with like, right, it's 1920s, it's 1800s. Cthulhu. Shit. No. I think it's it's logjam for me. Too much.
I'm not that good at history either. So lots of it is. I've played more. I like history. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not very good at where things are set in the 1920s or whatever. It's not something I'm particularly comfortable walking around in.
I use movies for things like that. Again, touchstones is a great term to use.
Yeah.
I think I drive my family mad because I'll turn around and be like, I'm watching this, I'm reading this, because I need that inspiration in my head. I need that theme in my head, and then I'll run with it. But like a good one I've done, and I've not had a chance to actually do it properly yet, and I'm kind of hoping to do it in October, is my version of Vaesen.
Ooh.
Shout out to Free League again.
Yeah.
God, I love Free League. But I'm not doing it in Scandinavia. I'm doing it in Scotland because I know Scotland.
Yeah.
But again, that's the problem. I know it too fucking well. So I'm taking my version of Edinburgh. I'm taking a city I know way too well. I'm taking my version of it, and I won't use the names and stuff in case someone steals it and then I have to slap them. But the tagline, and it was a joke for some of my players or who never, unfortunately, got a chance to play, because they worked in this industry. It was things like Edinburgh as if the history is what the tour guides told you was true. So all the ghost tours out there who talk absolutely guff, imagine that history was actually true.
There's a lot of that in Edinburgh. There's a lot
of... It's a pet peeve of mine.
Well, there's a lot. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying if you walk down the Old Mile, is it the Old Mile? God, it's been a long time.
The Royal Mile.
The Royal. It's been a long time since I lived in Edinburgh. If you walk down the Royal Mile, man, you can see, you just see ghost tours, walking ghost tours signposted everywhere, right? Why is it a pet peeve, Caitlin?
Not the ghost tour side of it so much, but the tour guides in general. Because the amount of stuff that they've just legit made up, which then as you walk down, as somebody who not only is from Scotland but born and bred in Edinburgh, back when the maternity hospital was in the centre of town, It kills my soul a little bit when you hear the absolute insanity that they come out with, and you're deemed as being rude by correcting them. From damaging monuments to
The classic one, don't touch my Bobby.
Yep, Greyfriars Bobby is now being repeatedly damaged because they keep touching it, because some tour guide somewhere told a group that it was for good luck, that's what they did, and had to have restoration work done on it so many times.
Yeah,
and I
know
know
before and after it's scary. It's like almost gone.
Yeah,
wow.
His face is basically he's losing his face. And don't get me wrong, I'm not overly sentimental about the story itself. It's just I don't go to your country and start damaging your monuments.
Yeah, it's culture, isn't it? It's culture.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of places across the world, I've been to some of them, where they do have things where it is a good luck thing.
Sure.
To touch various things. But I only ever believe it if I hear it from a local.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody that's actually either from there or lives there, and they go, oh no, it's a thing, and this is how it's a thing, and here's all the proof for the thing. One of them is in Germany. There's one called the Bremen Town Musicians. It's a statue of a stack of animals standing on top of each other, and it comes from a story. And I got told that they rub the front of the donkey's legs. It's a good luck thing. But I was told that from somebody who was born and raised there. And so I'm like, cool, okay, I legitimately trust that. Not somebody who's been there for about 20 minutes and is probably studying, and this is a side job.
Yeah.
And I know that's a really snidey thing to say, but it gets me so unnecessarily riled up.
I don't think it's snidey.
At the same time, because we walk around Edinburgh. I mean, you're from Edinburgh. I've lived around Edinburgh almost my entire life. We walk in places like Edinburgh and go, we've talked about this personally. It's like, just look at that view. Just look at that building. Ain't that fucking brilliant? Just
it's crazy.
Look at that age there. And then we turn slightly to the right and go, look at that monstrosity. Who the fuck built that? But then that's when we get angry and start.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am acutely aware that being brought up in Edinburgh meant I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
So spoiled.
Yeah.
Culture from the minute you step out your front door.
Yeah.
And most of it is free, which means as a kid, that's where your parents take you.
Yeah.
And so when you go to other places, or you see people who maybe that's not what they grew up with, then you kind of have to. Sometimes I have to think for a hot minute. Okay, I take this for granted. I assume it will always be there, and I assume it will never change, and then I complain bitterly when it does. But I think that growing up there has, with all of its story, with its history, with its really dark history, it allows for a creativity that comes naturally to me, which helps with the storytelling and the transient population.
It leads it.
Yeah, but with the transient population, as much as I feel like students are taking over, but that's more of a council problem than a people problem. And the the kind of natural rotation. I mean, there's areas within Edinburgh which it's completely normal for there to be swathes of people coming in from other countries, and they'll come in for a while. It'll be one nation, then they'll move on, and then it'll be the next one. It means that you get such a rich history from other places and experiences from people who are from these places, which I think just gives a color to the stories that you can create. That I don't know how much you get that unless you're in similar
places,
circumstances. Places, or even workplaces and stuff, where you get this great mix of it. So I think as well that's led to a lot of my creativity and story build, like world building, whilst also simultaneously being really petty about all of these people that I've just been like, it's great what we can do, but go and stop touching my things.
Well, I think stop touching your things is absolutely legitimate. Definitely.
It's part of the culture as well. I mean, we're Scots. I mean, all three of us here are Scots, or Islanders. And it's part of the culture as well. we love to spin a good yarn, even if it's complete bollocks. At the end of the day, we like to tell a good story, even if it's just bitching about something.
It's funny.
Get it started, and that's it. We're off.
It's funny that you mentioned the sort of cultural, like it's almost like a collaborative culture, and being around the unique things that you're surrounded by. So growing up in Shetland, you had the Northern Lights, which I thought nothing of, and how silly to think nothing of it. People travel across the world to see it, and you have things like vampire movies like 40 Days and Nights, where it's just darkness. So in Shetland, there was times that I'd going to school on the school bus, it'd be pitch black, and it'd be light at like maybe 10 in the morning, and then school would finish at 3 o'clock, and it would be pitch black, and you'd have that for like a month. And I used to remember when I was doing, like, I guess what you would now call creative writing, but we just called it English, right? Down here it's called English. I think it's called English Lit, or I don't know, something. So I would be writing stories about vampires in this world, and I could literally walk down the streets, because there wasn't that many of them in Shetland, but there's like Viking and Norse cultural references all around there, and it's the history of the place is old. Fishing towns. We do, like, when we're doing books, we're learning about selkies, mystical thing. We're facing adjacent mystical creatures and all this kind of stuff. And it's, I guess, I come down to England and people say, "What, we did Mice and Men," and I go, "Oh, I've still never read Mice and Men, but I can't imagine it's as exciting as what I got to read." Maybe that's just a very personal story. Some people might really like Mice and Men, and that's totally cool. But it's
the only reason I laugh is because I've got teenage kids right now that are at high school reading some of the same books, and then mildly off topic, and then I'll move on. I found out that a bunch of the books that we had to read as part of the curriculum are now banned.
Oh, no way! That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've read The Hobbit. I read in primary 6. So you're 10. Our English book that we did in primary 6, we read The Hobbit. How amazing is that? That you come from a country that's got such a creative culture for all things fantastical and mystical, and maybe just a teacher that really liked J.R. Tolkien. But I don't know anybody else that necessarily did that in high school.
A difference. It makes a difference.
Primary school, yeah, definitely. So what?
I mean, that's it.
Go on.
No, I can do.
I was going to say. So what? So Urban Arcane. If people want to book, so Caitlin, you said you're available most of the time because you're home. Well, in as much as you're self-employed, so you have more fluid.
Urban isn't the only. Yeah, Urban isn't the only thing that I do, but it means I can commit more time to different things, basically.
Okay, so we spoke about there being like under 18 games. There are female-facing games, or even just female-led games, if that's what people are interested in. There's fantastical, quirky, lovely places to be and explore. There's dark and grim and horrible places to be and explore. If people are interested in doing that, how do they do it? How do they get in touch?
Pay me money.
Well, yeah.
So I mean, we have
machine, the hype master, right here.
Sorry, I was going to lead on to that bit. What I was going to say first is we have games that we will advertise. Okay. However, that's not all that we do, because you can also just hire us.
Okay.
Because I think that sometimes gets missed. People think, oh, well, if the game's not available as a ticket to buy, it mustn't be available right now. And I just feel like, no, if there's something specific you want, just
I had the exact same conversation with a client today about that, and they're like, "Oh wow, you do this?" It's like, yeah. It's like we have far too many books.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, whatever we advertise on our Facebook and Instagram, that's literally just the, hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to come along? Do you want to play? But quite often I'll run them myself as, like on Monday, coming up, book tickets, there's like 2 left. We're doing the One Ring.
Oh, nice.
Second edition.
Nice.
And it's like, people are like, oh, I'd like to play that, but I don't know how to. It's like, well, you don't. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Things like we've done a vampire introduction, because we had people going, oh, I really want to play vampire. You don't have to. That's my job.
Yeah, just do the thing.
So we're
Just
really,
start.
I think one of the things we're good at is opening the doors, taking down the barriers. So you want to give it a try, see if it's good for you, come on in. It's not going to be the perfect rendition because every version of a game played is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll do it as much as, like, this is the dice we use, this is why we use that, this is the theme that's trying to do, this is the cool shit that you can do in this, and then let them play.
That's awesome because they think you can. Every table creates their own world.
Yeah. I think we're quite good at doing the introductory stuff, and they tend to lead on to campaigns, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, one of the reasons that we end up having to continuously do these introductory games is because quite often the people around that table, whether they know each other before they turn up or not, will go away and become a private campaign.
So it's the Warhammer store model.
Yep.
You've become that which you hate the most.
No, because
No,
we
I'm
invite
joking.
everybody in. We're nice to all of them.
You say hello when they walk in.
Come here. It's one of those things where I walk into a shop and Caitlin just rolls her eyes at me every time I walk in a shop. Because I've done a lot of retail in the past, blah blah, customer service.
Mm-hmm.
I've got far too many years of security experience, so it's all about customer friendly. Take no crap of anyone really. If I walk in a store and someone is just being that particular person, I won't take it. I don't know if I'm just because I'm getting old, a bit more grey in the beard. I just won't take it. But I also think about that when I'm got a client for me. It's like I've actually said this to a couple of customers because they were nervous as shit, and it was like the introductory games, and it's like you're here. You've already made that step across. You've already booked. You clicked that button. You've turned up.
Turning up is the hardest part.
I've had a bunch of people, and I'll lead on to that. A bunch of people who have paid tickets, booked it, and didn't turn up. And so what I like to do is reach out to them and say, "Hey, you all right? Was there a problem?" And sometimes it was like, "Oh, it was just it was too hard to make it that day. It was like X, Y, and Z." It's like, all right, well, we've got another session. Do you want to book on that? Obviously, we can only do that for so long, but it's like, it could be anything. It could be a bad mental health day. It could just be life got in the way.
Yeah.
One day, it was literally every bus and train stopped. I turned up. Stupid. But, you know, it happens. So we're trying to break down the barriers. I keep saying this. Well, we've got friends and who are. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention them. Caitlin, you mention them if you like.
Who? What?
Rookery publications, things like that. Well, name drop. Why don't we? But it's things like it's breaking down barriers, and it's exactly what you said about going to the GW stores and the other stores. It's breaking down those barriers.
See, this is the thing that gets me because I met what we dub as the Rooks. I met them in a GW shop.
Oh, no way. It does happen.
Yeah, it does happen. So it was a ladies' evening because girls didn't want to turn up, and so eventually I got convinced that I should go. I mainly only ever like doing the painting. I have no tactical abilities whatsoever. So I was like, I'm not actually playing because I'm so unbelievably bad at it. But I like to collect and I like to paint. And so I was like, right, I'll go and do that and it'll be fine. And I ended up making friends with one of the other women there who had children that were about the same, give or take, about the same age as my own. Got to be friendly. I found out years later that was one of the writers of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay.
No way.
Yep. And ended up becoming friends with them and her husband, who's another one of the writers, who in time ended up being friends with another one of their friends, who was one of the other writers. And so I just ended up collecting this fabulous group of nerdy friends, which wouldn't have happened had there not been a level of accessibility and understanding that it's not easy to turn up. And so doors need to be open. It's up to you if you use the door But if you do choose to, there's opportunities there. And I liked
Yeah.
I liked that idea, that thing of like, it's open. You know, you don't have to push the door open. You don't have to actually battle anything. And we'll be here when you're ready. Because sometimes it is just too hard for a multitude of reasons.
Life's hard enough. Don't make it any harder, you know?
Yeah, that is a mantra that, our whole household runs by. Because obviously I've got a lot of neurospiciness in my household. And it's a case of life is hard enough. Why make it harder? Why suffer twice?
Focus your energy on removing obstacles, not on putting them in the way. 100%. How about that?
We've got like 3. I always come up with quotes all the time because someone said it better, I'll steal it. But there's like 3 quotes that always resonates back to why I started this, and then why. I mean, I say I started it. I just was the one that went out there and went, "You want to play Alien?" And then Kate was the poor one who went, "I guess you're playing Alien then." But like, one of them was motivation through adversity. That's one of our favourite quotes because it's always been there. It's like, you know what? Doesn't matter what the adversity is. It could be you role playing. Your character has been motivated through adversity. It could just be through that goddamn door to come see us in the first place. And I don't think we're overpriced as well.
We tried to keep it accessible without it.
Again, another barrier.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
We're always looking at ways to try and mitigate and work with it and stuff like that. We're trying to look at working with organisations to try and get less disadvantaged. Loads of things happening in the future if we can get to that next level.
That's awesome.
Like the other one, that exact thing is like a rising tide raises all ships.
Yep.
The amount of times I found myself saying that in conversation is like, well, now because it works.
Yeah.
And a great example of that was the Cyberpunk, when we were getting ready to do our at the Fringe, Edinburgh Fringe Festival. We had a live show. It was spearheaded, and Thomas, yourself, you're like, promote as much as you want, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, man.
And I was zoned out. I was like, I can't even remember who I'm at. I don't know what. Our great players, Falca, EJ, and Martin were just like, so, Craig, how about this online game? And I was like, oh, thanks, man, cool. Hey, did you know that we're doing this live show? It's like, fuck,
yeah. We were literally talking about what's coming up, and I think you had said it'd gone to you, and then it went over to Vice, and Vice was like, yeah, and on the 6th of August, Craig, and you were like, oh yeah, there's a thing.
Yeah, because that was the time that we recorded 2 episodes back to back, and it was like, and we went away and changed our shirts, put a different hat on, and it's like, and we're just hanging by this point in time because it was a really quite intense.
Yeah, and you had a long day that day as well, I think.
Poor Martin, he's an hour ahead of us. He's like,
yeah,
I want to go to bed.
Yeah, I wanted to go to bed as well.
It's like the last quote that we have.
Oh, he's frozen.
Oh, he's properly gone now. We'll never know what the last quote is. What a cliffhanger.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, he's back.
Fortune favours the bold, brave, whatever iteration you want. We've even got them in little bracelet things, little.
Oh, cool.
What the fuck do you call them?
The kind of flexi bands.
Yeah.
Charity flexi bands.
Yeah. We've given them to everyone who wants one, things like that.
Awesome.
We've had people come back and say, hey, look, I like this. It reminded me to do that. And cool. Good.
Yeah.
Keep that shit up. Keep going. But, I mean, I don't know where we're going to end up with. We've only been in the studio since January? Running, like, exclusively out of the studio since January.
Nice.
We've been doing this since end of July last year. So, do I feel like an imposter? Yeah. Do I feel like why am I starting to get up here? Why is Urban as the duo getting up to here? And I was like, I haven't got a fucking clue. I was hoping someone's going to tell me. But it's not me. A lot of it's Caitlin. You know.
What a tribute.
Yeah, no, I have attendance. Yeah, no, I've always said that I am more the business side of Urban. I mean, I love running games. I love doing all the bits that I do, but I'm also the person, I guess, it's the hyper focus, my ability to just go, this is a great idea. I've now figured out how we will turn this into our whole lives. And then I run with it, and then I'll arrange and have meetings with people, and then poor Craig will come home from work, and I'll be like, so I did a thing. And he dies a little inside, and then I tell him all of the new projects that we have coming up.
And we're starting to get, we are getting people coming to us.
Yeah.
And again, I'll go shout out to the Dice Project over on Fife. That's an up and coming charity we've made friends with, and they came to us to do a small convention, which I mentioned on the stream.
Yeah.
And we went into Tabletop Scotland, one of the biggest places, and we were just punters. Because we were knackered by that point.
Yeah, after the festival, I think it would have been too much.
Yeah, we went over and supported them, just done like a 30-second interview. We've done the same with the Rookery publications with their game Dark Deeds. I've done a 30-second interview with them. And I was like, this kind of works. And we kept doing, like Kate was like, hey, let's film the food. And I was like, oh, we're filming the food now. Right, okay, right, we're filming I just sent you a bunch of clips. And I'm sitting there trying to eat my I was going to say crappy little taco, but I'm sure the food was great. Eat my taco,
convention taco,
and then post. And I was like,
excuse me, all right, I'm sorry, I have to step in here. Who edited it? I'm walking around while you're like guiding me around people, literally creating these videos and then sending them over, going, here, you can post that now.
You're getting better at it. You can definitely tell the ones that Kate's done compared to the ones that I've got definite style differences, but we're getting there. But again, this is like, yeah,
I'm convinced from talking to you two for an hour that despite your personality and your outgoingness, Caitlin comes across as the person who can check it and get things done when you need to. And maybe that's what she means by saying she's the business side of things. Or am I wrong?
I am. Yeah.
Maybe I misread that.
No, it's not that at all. I mean, so Craig could sell you the area you're breathing. It's not that it doesn't have business sense or the capacity to do it. I, however, am more approachable. I'm likable.
I get the everywhere quote in there. I was going to do it.
But yeah, no, people like me. I'm approachable.
It has been said.
And it just and quite frankly, I have contacts that he doesn't. And so, which I don't really have a huge issue being like, hey, I have this super shiny thing. Will you look at it for me? And then it starts from there, and then it grows arms and legs, and then we come away with a month's worth of insanity.
However, like this stream here, I'll turn around and go, hey, Tom, how about we just do this? Okay.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. We'll do it.
So there's a mixture in spontaneity and, a mixture in the approach as well.
Well,
yeah,
just like the first episode in Cyberpunk, where we've done the Ripley with the hand grenade.
Yeah.
That's very much a motive of my life. Is like, yes, we're going to be super serious. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of tables. I'm sure that's almost every table. The table I go to in person is very much the same. We'll say, what's the tone of this? What's the tone of this campaign? Oh, serious realism. Really investigatory. We're going to buy into it, and then like 30 seconds later, somebody's already made like a dick joke, and everyone's just laughing, and then we're moving forward. Or someone's made a joke about someone's name or their accent or whatever stupidness there is, just to break the tension. And then the GM is scrambling to try and get any kind of seriousness back into it.
I think that's where
all night about that one. Yeah.
Our personalities differ though, because I am an absolute liability. Absolutely, I will. There are many groups of people out there that would agree that I am a massive liability. I am that motherfucker that turns up with a great idea, sells said great idea, and then watches everyone else run with it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Listen, there's a place for those people in this world.
Yeah, I think you're now one of those people, so watch out.
Okay, so let's. So where
yeah.
are we at? We're at an hour and 20, or basically an hour and 20. So let's wrap it up with a couple of quick fires,
Oh,
or as quick fire as you can be.
Yeah.
That's not directed towards anybody because I will waffle as well. What's a deep cut system that you want to get round to? So I know you mentioned Vaesen. Vaesen's reasonably big. Is there a less popular system that you are trying to get around to reading and playing? I'll go
I would
first.
say-
Yeah.
Go for
I
it.
was gonna say, sorry, I totally missed that. What?
No, go for it.
Flabbergasted.
So no, I mean, as much as I love the idea of flabbergasted, no, it's not the one. So I'm caught 50-50 between Blade Runner, which I bought as a Kickstarter, and it lives in the box because I won't let him touch it until I've read it.
Still haven't read
And
that thing.
And yeah, because I bought it and it's mine, I'm being paid. And I was like, no, I want to read it. I want to run it. I bought it with all the extra bits, super cool, and it lives in the box. So I'd say Blade Runner is probably one that I would really like to get around to at some point, or Discworld.
Oh yeah, man. That's
So
not
we
out,
have the
that's
original-
not out yet, though, is it? The new one.
I have the PDF.
Do you? Oh, did you back it?
I have the PDF. Yes, I did.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, immediately as soon as I was like watching it, going, because I'm a huge Pratchett fan.
Yeah.
And have been since childhood, and so without waffling too much, we have the GURPS book. We have the original GURPS book, and I was literally using it to write a thing, and then I found out the new one was coming out. I was like, well,
The same week. Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, guess we're holding out, and now I'm just waiting. Because
Nice.
again, digital, I don't do great with digital, so I need the physical fucking thing, and so yeah, that's another one I am desperate to get my teeth into.
Craig, how about
Yeah,
you?
I've got one. Here we go. So that thing was like, oh, I'm doing that. Oh, I'm doing that. Oh, I'm doing that. Symbaroum. I really want to play Symbaroum.
Oh, yeah. You're fully in Free League's ecosystem, though. That's like 4 Free League games you've referenced so far. I am as well. I am as well.
Urban Arcane are part of the Free League agents. Just saying.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's free to join. Doesn't matter.
Well,
But
it's
fun.
but it means you get to
I
go
love
and
Free League, yeah.
you get to play at
I
their
love Free League.
events, and you get access to some cool adventures. It's a cool system. It's a cool program to be in.
Yeah, anyway, that's a gripe of mine. No, I love Free League. I like the fact that what they do. I like how they go about things. I like the fact that they go, artwork. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have amazing artwork, and it's like, just love it. Symbaroum, once you start scratching past the surface, you kind of go, oh, I like this. I really like that, and I can't find one bugger to play it. So watch this space, because everyone else, I'm playing it. Everyone else, I'm playing it one way or another, so it's cool. I'm playing Warhammer Fantasy. It's kind of like coming home for me. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, coming home. Again, I was listening to, God, I'm going on a tangent. I was talking to the writers of Warhammer Fantasy, or friends, and they were saying, they'd done another podcast, and it was like, Edinburgh is an inspiration for a bunch of the towns and cities.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, yes!
Yeah, but I just did what you just did. I get that.
Yeah, that was like perfect, absolutely perfect. So to me, it's coming home again. But Symbaroum, I think, doing the inventory in my head, that's the one that I'm teeth into. That and Death Watch, eventually. God's sake, play Death Watch someday. That's the short version. There you go.
Nice. And mine, Perils and Princesses, which is
Not familiar with that one.
I saw it being reviewed on the Adventuring Archive, which is a YouTube channel. There's 2 now actually, because they split. So one, if you ever watched Dragonbane on YouTube, there's the Dragonbane actual play, which is run by a guy called Jason and his group they're based in the States, but they're so good, and they're now on to Path of Glory. They're onto that second module now. But the starter set, they ran for like a year. There's like 50 episodes.
Oh yeah,
Like, it's incredible. It is, definitely is. But I saw sort of the other half of that channel, review Perils and Princesses, and it's just a total paradigm shift on what a group of cliquey, if you like, Warhammer store players would how they would approach this game. So you're all princesses, but you're not princesses in some sort of hacky way. You're badass. You're badass princesses. So it takes these sort of Disney characters or Disney inspired princesses, and it gives each of them awesome powers. So one of them's like a badass fighter, a knight, or whatever. And you have a table of princesses, and then you go off on your party. But it's such a funny little. It's like an interesting thing to play with. That it's only a small book as well. But and the artwork is wicked in it as well. It's one that I want to try to get to, but I haven't.
Actually,
yet
there's another two now. Think about it. Another two.
This is the problem, isn't it? Eh? We could all do it.
We talked about Mothership very, very briefly.
Yeah.
Mothership, cool and all, but there's another one. Oh god, it's Free League again. Death in Space.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
I've not read that one. That cover is so badass, man. That's such a Davy Bowie theme cover.
Yeah, it's really, really grim artwork. Yeah, there we go. Absolutely
Nice.
love that artwork.
That's awesome.
It's kind of, people call it a Mort Bork adaptation, but I don't think it really is. But the concept is that the world, the galaxy is and it's collapsing inward.
Yeah.
And there's nothing but static on the radio, and occasionally you hear voice. Oh, I love this. This is like the Event Horizon shit. So that one someday I will goddamn play. The other one is I am challenging myself, and Kate's going to laugh at this one. I'm going to challenge myself to do things outside my normal wheel and just go for crazy, stupid games. And one of them is Goblin Quest, which again we got on the shelf there somewhere.
No way.
Goblin Quest. And
Amazing.
we are not being paid for this advertising.
No, this is just absolute enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's just a crazy game. You have 5 goblins or whatever, and then away you go, and literally it's a 1 die, 1d6 roll for everything.
It was listening to a podcast that made me go out and be like,
We
buy.
have to name drop here. We have to name drop.
We have to,
Come on.
yeah.
Go for it.
So, Bastard Quest is I just knocked like a whole bunch of stuff over. Is a podcast which I'm a Patreon member of, and they take a whole bunch of different systems and they'll play them for a bit as a way of like introducing them to the wider world, and listening to their playthrough of Goblin Quest. When I saw it on the shelf, I was like, I have to buy it. I don't care how much it is. They could overinflate the price, and we are buying it. And it was entirely
in Edinburgh. Go visit them. They're nice people.
Yeah. And it's entirely their fault, and I feel like me plugging them now because it's totally awesome. It's a great way to see how a whole bunch of different systems that you might not have played before plays through because they're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And this I feel makes up for the fact that I am a massive liability in their Discord.
Bastard Quest, awesome bunch of guys from Kentucky, America. How they treat their Patreon people, how they interact with the community that they built up, is it's kind of like a benchmark of how other treat the community.
Oh, nice.
Also, how they just interact with the games. Like, yeah, we read the rules. Yeah, we done that. We're gonna play this ridiculous, but it's gonna be fun. True story, because I found it randomly. I started listening to it, and I was like, "Hey, Kate, I nearly died 4 times on the motorway listening to their podcast."
Oh dear.
I was driving a long night. I'd done a lot of long driving, and I had tears running down my face, laughing out loud. And I'm not the person to do that. I'm not the person to go. I'll go. Keep driving, Mr.
Yeah.
But I was laughing my guts out, and I couldn't see. I was like, "Where's the road?" And I was like, I was doubling over laughing, and it's just like, all right, cool. I'm listening to this from now on. But yeah, check them out. They're fantastic. It's also a good way to, I wonder if that system's for me.
Yeah.
Go check them out. And
also, it has to be mentioned on their Discord, if you're a Patreon, they have the obligatory pet channel where you get to look at everybody's pet pictures
Oh, you have
and
to
share
have
your
that.
own.
That's
You totally do. You'd be amazed how many people join for that. And so I feel the need to mention the pet channel.
Why don't we have that
and
on
another
our
way
Discord?
Yeah, another way to encourage your community things like that is if you're a Patreon member, there's a very good chance that you're going to end up as an NPC.
Yes,
cool.
they'll kill you as an
Somewhere down the
NPC.
No, that's everyone's dream.
Oh no, totally. It's fantastic, and there's now a support group for murdered Patreon members as well.
That sounds like the way to run a Patreon community. You're just giving everybody exactly what they want.
It's a serious thing. You know yourself. Running a Patreon, running a podcast, running this, it's a serious thing. There's lots of things back of
Lots of admin, yeah.
They have fun with it.
Good.
And they allow their community to have fun with it. And that's what kind of inspired me a little bit. So, things like watching Ellie by Night got me back into doing. There was someone else who really inspired me to step up and go to what I do again.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of them at Tabletop Scotland, and like a little fucking
fanboy over there.
Yeah, a little scaredy cat. This person walked past me like 4 times, and I was like, I didn't want to go up and go, hiya. Couldn't do it. So that was Millie GM from Urban Arcane Games.
Yeah.
So we're walking past.
UK Game Expo extraordinaire.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you guys kind of inspired me to do what I do now. I mean, I've got tons and tons of experience, but it was like, just to go do it. Just do it. And I was like, I could just walk up and say it, but then I'm going to walk away going, cringe. And I was like, nah, screw it.
There's definitely something to be said for just getting started and just doing it. Because I thought that with the YouTube thing, and whilst it's still ridiculously tiny, I'm learning lots of things on how to do stuff and how to put these streams together. But I was always worried that somebody I know might see me or whatever. But the good thing is, when you get started, nobody sees it, so you don't have to worry about it. Just start doing it. Just walk on, in the words of Bruce Lee, right? Walk on.
Yeah.
Okay, so next quick fire. That one took
quick fire.
That one. I'm looking at the clock. That one took a long time. Let's go for another one. If you could experience one of these things only going forward at tabletop tables, I guess TTRPG tables, cyberpunk, high fantasy, or post-apocalyptic. Caitlin.
Oh, it's going to be high fantasy.
Okay,
I just like creating bullshittery, and it works really well for chaos and bullshittery.
Awesome. Craig?
You could only pick one.
Yeah.
No, I refuse to pick one. Hell no. No. I would just go. I would probably divert. Guess what? There's a time warp and there's a parallel universe. Fucking said so. But yeah, it'll be like the whole Rift, if you remember that old game back in Rift. It'll be like that. It's like, we're high fantasy. Actually, we're now in post-apocalypse. How did that happen?
Oh, you're gonna. Go on.
You can just take any one of them and morph it. I mean, it's easier to morph from high fantasy. High fantasy can become post-apocalyptic really fast.
I ain't gotta explain anything. It's magic. There you go.
In Cyberpunk, you can have high fantasy BDs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fans of all of them. It's like making me choose my favourite child.
Oh, that's easy. The one that behaves the most at any given moment.
Yeah.
Bingo. There you go. The system that behaves, the setting that behaves the most at the time. There you go.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's stay in high fantasy for a minute then for the next one.
Okay.
Fantasy tavern drink of your choice. If you're ordering your drink at your high fantasy tabletop, what's it gonna be?
Ooh. I'm going to be really, really boring, and it's probably going to be like a mead of some kind, just because I'm a really big fan.
Yeah, well, of actual mead?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Battle juice.
Yeah, battle juice, yeah.
Battle juice.
Yeah. No, I mean, because we've had quite Yeah, I like it fits all manner of settings. You can put it in a swanky glass and have it at a soiree, or you can chuck it in a tankard and have a delicious weapon. It works.
It does. It does, Craig.
Mead has to be a top choice there. Bang for your buck and all that. But if it's going to be high fantasy, I have to go back to one of my favourite characters, the Dwarven Drunken Cleric. And it has to be a big foamy ale. And it has to go everywhere. That's it. The more is in your beard, the better it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Big, proper keg ale.
And I guess I'll bring it back.
Washed down with a mead.
I'll bring it back to something we probably all appreciate in one way or another, which would be Scotch. I'm a Scotchman, and equally, maybe you'd call it whiskey in high fantasy, but some kind of expensive liquor that burns as it goes down your throat. That's my kind of a vibe. Although I'm yet to try mead again. A friend of mine from the table that I play at is a mead fan, and I will have to get there at some point.
I would recommend something like the elderberry brand or like elderflower ones, because really spot.
Cool. We'll give that a
I
try.
would recommend it.
Awesome.
That's my go-to. It was like anything we've been to, like because we're massive into history again. We used how we met. We go past a place that's got a mead stall, and we were like, "Ooh." We seem to collect bottles from meads as well. It's like,
Yeah,
oh no,
they're all
an
up in the
empty
top
bottle.
shelf.
Yeah, we've got quite a few sitting around. It was like, yeah. I like the dark red ones. Gotta like dark red mead.
Cool.
It's worth it.
Okay,
It's worth it.
last one. If you're a character in a game, what stat is your dump stat? What's your weak stat?
Now, question: is that me in a game?
Yeah.
Or playing a character?
No. This is if you're in a game. If someone teleported you into game X, what's your dump stat?
Oh.
Accountability.
Self-awareness.
Oh no, totally self-aware. It's like, I'm going to regret this in the morning. Going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've pretty much described myself. I'm an absolute raging liability. I let my ADHD run every show and make every decision. So yeah. I don't know what you would call it per se.
Wisdom.
No, excuse me, sir. I have my moments. I come out with some spectacular one-liners, to do with wisdom-based things. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, no, I am the resident goblin of your party. I am a fucking problem.
Yeah, self-aware though, which is helpful.
Yeah, no, totally. I know exactly what I'm doing while I ruin your plan.
Yeah,
I'm just having flashbacks to some dice goblin
Jaunty.
NPCs, and I'm still got PTSD over it. So thank you very much.
You are so welcome.
Craig, how about you? What's your dump stat?
Depends on the system.
Well, that was why it was hard to kind of choose, because you're like, oh, they're all called different things. But yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if we're going for D&D, I'd probably have to go for wisdom. So I'd probably fail my wisdom check every time.
You fail all your rolls in D&D.
Okay, let's be fair here. Let's be fair, as everyone is going to tell. And it's sort of coming out in Cyberpunk Online, and it's killing me a little bit. As you probably told me, you've seen me just have despair. It's like, because I play a character who's actually quite good at his skills and still gets shit rolls, and it's done digitally. I'm cursed. I'm totally cursed. I don't have a dump stat. I have a curse.
So maybe luck.
If you want a 1, I'm your man.
Maybe
if you want to roll 1, I'm your fucking man. Every game, 1, bang, done. I lean into it now. So that's my dump stat, is luck.
Yeah, no, I have very strong feelings as to why he rolls so epically poorly all the time, and it's because he's not nice to his dice.
Oh, do you know, this is gonna worry everybody who ever plays online on Roll20 anyway. We did some testing, and if you're rolling badly all the time and you rejoin the game, you will stop rolling as badly all the time. Because we had people who were rolling like 4 ones in a row and then rejoined the
We
game,
could
and
during the stream, we all kind of went to each other and went, "Hang on, we just rolled 13."
it was criticals
So
as
many
well.
times you
Someone
rolled,
rolled
it
like,
was like
yeah, it was crits as well, wasn't it?
Lots of ones
See,
all in a row.
told you, digital, it's just not worth it. Kick it old school. Get some dice on the go.
Yeah, old school's important, man. Old school, it's nothing better than sitting around the table with your people.
That's why I celebrate critical successes, because they are rare for me. So
They're epic.
That's why I celebrate it now.
Awesome. My dump stat, I think, is Constitution, because I'm always overinflated and make stupid ideas or stupid decisions to push the story forward. If someone needs to die, and my character's 2 years old, I will just walk through the door. My enemy is analysis paralysis. When I see it happening, I'll challenge it. It's so often the thing that everyone gets tripped up on, I don't mind. I played an AdMech guy in Imperium Maledictum, and I was harvesting body parts trying to get closer to one of the Chaos Gods until I got sectioned by some Inquisitors. Just because I thought it would be cool to push the Chaos by, right? We don't all have to be good guys. But then my character of 2 years definitely did die. And if we're doing a one-shot, at the last boss, I always die. Because I'll try the Hail Mary, and I found very, there's a reason why it's called the Hail Mary, which is it never comes off when I try to do it. But yeah, so it's been really good. It's been really good talking to both of you, Caitlin and Craig. Urban Arcane Games. Anybody who's been watching or who wants to get in touch, based in Scotland, with a dedicated gaming studio where you guys can book your custom games, or you can sign up, buy tickets, and play in groups that they're putting together. Like they've mentioned, very often those groups then go on to do things together, so you can create friends in the tabletop community. It sounds like you know lots of people as well around Scotland involved in the tabletop community, talking about things going on at the Fringe, talking about conventions happening. So if you're interested in tabletop gaming and you're in Scotland, or you're happy to drive up, it sounds like a good first port of call.
I told you he was a nice man.
That was just the script.
Very
You said.
nice.
That's the end of the script you said. It was only 1 page, right?
Oh, good. 2 pages.
In the meantime, if you want to get a bit of a vibe check on Craig and all things urban, check out GMRUNSGAME. We've got a Cyberpunk game. It's pretty nasty. It's pretty tasty. And we've got a live stream coming up next Thursday. It's meaty. Yeah, lots of bits of meat flying everywhere. And not being touched by tourists.
If you don't mind a bit of over-the-top violence, you don't mind some colourful language, if you don't mind poor decisions,
I mean,
check out the stream. It's worth it. And it's done. I said it's recorded live. It's streamed live. If you've never watched it, go back. There's 5 episodes. There's no right, guys. We're going to prepare for this. It's like, oh right. There's actually the first ever one we streamed. I nearly fucked up because I didn't pay attention. Because like, right, I was chatting away with the cast. And we're so within the first 5 seconds, I was swearing because I didn't realise we went live. That's how live we are. I didn't realise we were live.
And some things don't change, and that's fine. I think it's a core Omen tenet now that if someone needs to be told, Omen's happy to tell them.
That came purely out of the spur of the moment. I think one of my favourite moments, 2 favourite moments, happened in the same episode, was starting the Nomad Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Came out of nowhere, had a proper William Wallace Braveheart moment.
Was that with the Roadrunners?
Yes. I was like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I feel like I have to finish it now. And then having the pun war with 13.
Yeah.
About Vice losing his leg.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes straight, just back and forth between me and one of the cover cast.
Meanwhile, Vice just
had to stop to move on to the next scene.
Yeah, Vice was just laid up with a toothpaste lid attached to the bottom of his leg to stop him bleeding out. It's good fun. It's good fun.
That was the same game where I turned around and went, I've been inside of you. And he'd actually been away from camera, so he had no idea what the about.
Yeah,
And the look of fear, horror.
because he knows the table.
Yep.
Not only you. I think it's just the table vibe, as is so often the case. So, is there anything coming up, Urban? Any super fun news or plans coming up in the near future?
Well, the most
anything
immediate,
you want to promote?
we have the One Ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Eventbrite right now, and you can. If we don't have YouTube, go to our Facebook, and it's there. All the links are there.
Mm-hmm.
Our website is there. It's active, but we don't post on it regular enough. So that's a skill that I'm learning to do. I say I'm learning. I'll get to it eventually, and then that'll be non-stop. Big things coming up. We're talking about. I put a poll out to our people and said, "What kind of weekend do you want?"
Okay.
And I put a whole bunch of things down, and they came down with Warhammer weekend and World of Darkness weekend. So
Nice.
I've got to figure out how to do that. I don't know how. I think I'd done it without speaking to Caitlin. So I was like, hey, guess what? We're going to do this now. When?
I found out when I saw the poll.
Yeah, you saw the poll, so you know.
But yeah, so there'll be some sort of weekend extravaganza at some point.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like Imperium Maledictum or Wrath and Glory, Warhammer Fantasy, and then somehow amalgamate it into one weekend. So that's going to be fun. I don't know when. Halloween, I want to do a Halloween special because we done one last year and it was fun. We done Walking Dead last year and it was great. We're a little bit behind the curve. We normally have little. We might even just take it easy this month. I don't know.
No.
We always try to plan a month ahead.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah.
We've got more
We've also
Valkyrie
got-
coming up.
Yep, we've got more Valkyrie coming up.
Yeah, 10th October.
Yep. So that's for
Shout out to the new people who came along with Valkyries. You're welcome.
yeah, it was
Good to
super
see
fun. Looking forward to seeing y'all again. And I will figure it out probably 2 days beforehand. As per.
This is the way.
Hopefully not delirious. Either that or I'll just roll out the turkey and y'all can play that. And we've got some other stuff as well that's kind of like it's behind the scenes stuff. It's a combination of platform based things that we've got potentially coming up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, broaching out a little bit further to different aspects of the community. And then we've also got a couple of big projects which can't go into detail at the moment, but it's worth keeping an eye on the socials to see what's happening there.
Yeah, I've been putting my tongue all the way through this. He's like,
I know.
What about this? And like,
You.
You've done
yeah, we
well.
don't want to give too much away because that's how things get watered down. You know, don't over-promise, blah blah blah. But it's like, you know, we've got some big things. We're getting some really, really good feedback from people who turn up. All I've got to say is, people out there are crying out for it.
Yeah.
It's there. Just turn up. It's there. If you can't turn up, if there's something stopping you, you can send a message. The one thing I keep saying every game, and last time I'm not to, I'll just jinx myself, haven't I?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a silly question, just silly answer. So I got through it that time, yay! So message us, we're here. If we can't do it, we'll send you somewhere that can.
Awesome.
I mean, and same as like if it's something that Thomas can do, it's like, hey, I know this guy, go speak to Thomas.
Yeah, sure.
We'll facilitate it, you know what I mean? But we do have some big things on the horizon. We call it blue sky thinking. Every time we sit down and we chat and like, blue sky, what do we want to do? Right, that's way too big. Oh shit, that's possible. Ooh, okay, let's see if it'll do it. And then it comes down to feasibility. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Should we do it? And then we work away from there. Or we just go for it and see what the fuck happens.
I have never asked should we. I have just done it. But
yeah, I say should we. It's like,
while
but...
you say that while I'm away doing it.
But
should that have happened?
I'm petrified by going online, and I'm doing it right now. It terrifies me, but I'm doing it.
Oh, you shouldn't be. You're really good on the Cyberpunk game. You're really, really good. You're character is awesome. You're outside of your character
And I'll never believe you.
well, that's
I'll never
fine.
believe you.
That's fine. But the
Well,
world can see it. Or the few in the world who watch it can see it.
watch Cyberpunk, man. I want to see the community grow, the people in the communities grow. The fact that we're connecting with you, and that was by pure chance. We're connecting with people in other parts of Scotland. We're connecting with people in America, through things like Bastard Quest community. It's tiny little links, but it's what's binding the community together. And we might as well keep going. That's where the motivation through adversity comes from. It's like, because people can tear you down, you tear yourself down. I don't know how many times I've deleted all my work on something, deleted it, self-sabotage, completely wiped out and went, what are you doing? Get back on it, get back on it, get back on it. And the amount of times I've done one tiny little bit of work, and I mean like created one little bit word art, like this is the title of something. I've created it and it's sitting on my laptop. I've got dozens and hundreds of things like this, and then 6 months later I go, oh, I've got that. Just tiny baby steps, and then before you know it, you've ran a mile.
100%.
I mean,
motivational speaker, that's what I am now. Motivation.
One thing I would say when it comes to I don't know, my kind of closing thing to the community as a whole is, especially right now, the world is going to shit, and it's doing it faster than we can catch up. So if that's what's happening in the outside world, find yourself a table with people who are trying to get away from the same thing and create your new world together, even if it's just for a couple of hours, that make all of that bearable to live in. We all have to live in the reality, so take a minute, create your own. Be the liability goblin, be your crazy ass questionable medic. Do all of these things with a group of people who totally have your back.
I keep saying, harking back to Mike Pondsmith, Cyberpunk is an aspiration.
Yeah, man.
That was a warning, not an aspiration. Things like that. But yeah, fuck it. That's why I wear the round sunglasses. It's my homage to Mike Pondsmith.
Nice.
The mirror shades, man. That's why I got them. The mirror shades. Mike Pondsmith shades.
I guess I feel like I want to say that now. Or I want to say something on that now. Because when I play in person, and when I play with you guys online, or when we have conversations like this, I smile, and I've smiled I've a smile that closes my eyes. So you will hardly see my eyes if you watch this back. But I don't find lots of hours of smiling joined together, because the world's a pretty tough place. And you're right. If you get around the table and you start playing about it, by the time we're 20 minutes in, then the world I've forgotten about, and we're living in what we're living, and we're just experiencing emotions, and we're making decisions, and it's a safe place, and we can explore stuff. And the consequences are the worst consequences. There's an obstacle, or maybe your character dies, and that can be tricky. But then you get to create a brand new character, and that's awesome. So even if the worst thing happens and it's not a heroic death, you then get this little creative bit where you can start doing your own thing. If you're watching this and you're anywhere in the UK, get in your car, get on a train, get on a plane, get on Urban Arcane Games website, Facebook, and Instagram.
Maybe we'll start our own convention. Maybe we'll.
Yeah.
We won't, but Why not?
Get yourself booked in.
Don't worry. He'll buy you tickets.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Virtual tickets.
Sure.
But yeah, book yourself. Get yourself at a table. If it's Urban's, all the better. And you're guaranteed to have a good time.
Without going too much way over time, because we're only 50 minutes over. That's
right.
Good.
How naive.
Yeah, midnight, mate. Online games. There's a big, massive culture within the community the gaming hobby where it's like, I don't do online gaming. Oh, that's stupid. I prefer the table. I was one of them until I'd done it, and it's probably because I had to run it and then figure it all the hell out. I appreciate it now, and I kind of learned a bit more craft of how to make the games more inclusive, enjoyable, just staring at a screen like we're doing now. Like how to engage, like using the space that you have rather than like the table. Do it. I mean, a great resource, startplayinggames.com. I'm on it. I've had one booking because I keep forgetting to set it up. But it's a great avenue for people to use. I think people overcharge. It's controversial. I think people overcharge dramatically, and I refuse to. I refuse to put those to join that crowd. To quote many of my forebears and my role-playing characters, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. My prices on there are 3 times cheaper, but that covers my basic time. I'm happy to do that. Yeah. Is it financial suicide? Yes, it is. But do I sleep soundly because of it? Yes. Well, as much as a person like me can sleep. Yes. But I know a lot of people right now, a lot of clients out there spoken to went, I'd love to turn up to quite make it. The kids have got this, partner's doing that. It's like, you got enough time to get online for 4 hours? Yeah. Well, we can do a game then.
Yeah.
We can do a game.
When I say table, I don't just mean the physical table.
It's
any table. It's the digital table. It's I mean, think about it. How many times was the book ones, the solo adventures?
Yeah.
Which you could do on the bus, as I did going to school because I'm just cool.
Oh, do you mean the choose your own adventures?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to collect. I used to go in the charity shops in Shetland and buy all them.
Yeah, and so that's where it literally from sitting on a bus as a kid with one of these little solo numbers, totally looking like a weirdo, I might add, to at a physical table to online. There's so many options now that there's something to fit everybody's abilities, capabilities, and where they're at any given moment, because that's flexible. What you're able to do one day might not match the next day, so there are always options.
And even if it's time, right? So probably we all like physical rule books. I mean, I think most people enjoy flicking through it regardless of how much you might get out of it each time, but most people enjoy sitting down with a book and sort of being swallowed up into it with a hot cup of tea with the rain outside. Well, if you haven't got the time to sit down and do that reading, then a great alternative is maybe like an audio book while you're traveling. If you're driving, is it as immersive? Maybe not. Is it close to that thing you're trying to get to? Then it's pretty close. Right.
Podcast, things like Bastard Quest, things like that. Even your new friends, which I meant to ask you about, over at Cyberpunk Uncensored. I can never remember the bloody name.
Rob.
Yeah, Rob and company. Another husband and wife team.
Rob and Val. Yeah, Rob and Val.
Yeah. I mean, I love just listening to their stuff as well. And they do, like, Rob does really good bite size. He does one thing I'm not good at. Is like, here's 20 minutes less. Done. Out. And it's like, I'll do 20 minutes, and then an hour later we're still sitting here. What the fuck?
There's room for both.
Yeah. So, anything else on the horizon? There is one thing, and it comes to mind, is we will have at some point, and again, I'm telling you now, I'll run a one-shot for the Cyber Crew guys. And that means you get to play too.
Exclusive.
I'm just going to usurp the channel. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Listen, you can have the keys.
So that I fully expect complete car crash kind of gaming, because it will be. So, Indy wants to be part of that crazy ass one shot. That'll be fun. Do I know what it is? No.
But I know we'll have a good time doing it.
So, cool. And then we'll take it from there.
Awesome.
However that bloody works out.
Yeah.
We'll give you a night off, mate. We'll give you a night off.
It might be the hardest work I've had to do because I've got to create a player and go into detail and do a funny voice. But listen, I'll have a good time doing it, and I look forward to it. Let's call it there. Caitlin, Craig, Urban Arcade Games, thanks very much for your time and chatting. And like I said, anybody who's interested, get on the socials. You can see what they're playing. You can book in if what they're running isn't something that you're interested in, and you want to do your own thing or a different system. Give them a shout. We've seen just from this conversation the outrageous number of books behind Caitlin. I'm sure they can accommodate any needs. But yeah, thank you, I guess, to both of you.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much for having us.
And maybe we'll chat again sometime. I look forward to it, and I look forward to the one shot. All right, take it easy, everybody. Bye.
All right, mate. Take it easy.
Bye.